Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club with my buddy Scott. Say hello, Scott.
Hi.
Yeah, Scott's over there drinking a Dr. Pepper, but you know.
Hello.
Not professional. I did start the episode incredibly quickly. Anyway, we're going to write a poem.
I don't like poems.
Well, you're going to learn too. Alright.
Here we go.
This poem determines who you hang out with.
Ooh.
So, water.
But I notice how Monica's not here.
Yeah, that's hurt. Oh, that was Theory.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Oh. Vivid.
Disarray.
Oh, dang.
Rain cloud.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
we're gonna be hanging out with her.
Sensation.
Yeah. Cute. There it is.
Vanilla.
Yeah.
Heaven sent.
Yeah.
Hopeless.
Oh,
wow.
Wow, she's depressed. Jesus.
Effulgent.
Doki Doki.
Doki Doki. Heartbeat. Intellectual. Unrestrained. Philosophy. Excitement. Incongruent. Nightgown.
Vacation. Oh, dang it.
I don't know if we're hanging out with Yuri Sayori. I think it's Sayori. How are you again, Senpai? Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha ha ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for you, but at least I can keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Senpai. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack!
This is gonna be amazing.
Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too! I don't know if you plan just to come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it!
That's okay. You certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between Monica and manga. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki flops back into her seat.
Don't worry, Senpai always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy works without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable.
Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so?
You too.
Look, you two really are good friends, aren't you? I don't stand a chance. I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Senpai can be good friends too.
Oh, we can be really good friends.
Sayori! As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into.
Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori.
Me?
Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing.
What is it?
Never mind.
Still you.
Oh.
Sayori made it sound like a big deal, but it's not really. What do I do?
That's still
Oh, it's
yours.
the same one. Oh, no, the reading.
Why is it so hard for you?
It says the guy who can't say sentences normally.
Well, just because I can't say sentences doesn't mean I don't know when to speak in what voice.
What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. Unless you give me a book. I fucking hate books. It'll make me happy no matter what.
Is that so?
Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Unless it's a book.
Alright. Well, here.
You already just threw it back. Pulls out a book. I fucking hate it.
I didn't want you to feel left out.
Well, you know what? You could have done better.
So I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so to keep your attention, even if you don't really usually read.
Are you saying I'm a bad reader?
And we could, discuss it if you want it.
Well, you know what? I hate books.
This is...
Is this how is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much, and despite me not liking books. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I'll definitely not read it.
I enthusiastically take the book.
Like, and then
yes!
I enthusiastically take the book
And check it out
the
Phew.
That's the sound the book makes.
Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a bit more, but at the same time, I feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages.
You got me.
Carp.
I
think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second.
It was love at first book.
That only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. So sorry. I was just spacing out. I've heard of this thing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh, that's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so.
She's not rereading. She's reading it so she can be with you.
That's the book you gave me, right? That's,
I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason.
Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book?
Well, when I stopped at a bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them.
I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go.
You're an idiot!
She wants to fuck.
Oh, God.
I'll definitely start reading it soon. Okay, continue, please. There.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's very engaging and a relatable story.
Is that so? What's it about anyway?
Well,
Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. She's part of the Soviet Union. It's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front of the cover. I think it's part of the Illuminati, but I'm not sure.
all right. I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away.
She hasn't read it. That's adorable. I freaking love that.
Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost young sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She's targeted by those people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life's in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust.
Why did I all of a sudden go like,
She needs to choose who to trust.
She needs to choose who to trust.
An old smoker in the Old West.
Old West smoker. No matter how she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationship with her life, and her life starts to fall apart.
oh god, it's freaking...
It's kind of dark, isn't it? Like your hair. Wow, your hair is dark.
Your hair is very dark and very long. It smells like lavender.
Smells like licorice? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from out of nowhere. It is licorice!
It is licorice.
Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, senpai?
No, it's not. It's just that, I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just those kinds of stories. They challenge you to look at life from a strange, new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, their own philosophy, and their own believing. Then suddenly, God, this sucks. When you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be a naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with a villain's plans.
Those villains.
The villain's plans.
God.
I'm rambling, aren't I?
Yes, you are, and it hurts.
Shut up!
Not again.
Let me eat your hair!
Let me eat your hair. Look, she's playing with it.
I'm sorry.
Here, you want some of the hair? I'll let you eat some of my hair. Hey, don't apologize and yeah, I'll eat some of your hair. It's licorice. I haven't lost interest or anything.
I've actually gained interest. I want this book.
Well, I guess it's all right then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. It's you.
I want you.
When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. Like, I want you. I mean,
Here, eat my hair.
And please stop if I start talking too much.
I don't really think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. And it's a literature club after all.
That's true. In fact,
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
you don't have to.
What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said that you were looking forward to it.
She's like, I want you to talk to me.
Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had thrown out the window. Alright, it's fine. Is it fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
Oh, good word. Look at that. He deserves to be in a literature club.
He used big words!
Big words. Are you big words to sound smarter like I'm becoming more product into this?
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to.
It's that I don't want you to.
It's that I really want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone.
I see.
Why did we give her this voice?
Why not?
She's too cute for this voice.
Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
Open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I could feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just
Staring at you.
Yuri. Oh.
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do. I don't really mean to.
Oh, say sorry.
Sorry. I mean,
you're stupid. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them.
I've never been so close to a boy before.
It feels... I'm on my hair.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess it makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm and then slide on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to the other side. But holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. I can feel my pants getting tighter and tighter. Oh God. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready?
Oh God!
To turn the page.
Sorry. I got distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, her eyes meet.
Start making out.
I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer.
Ooh,
It's probably the least that I can do.
Does that mean two things?
Since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah.
yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it on my own volition. We continue the last chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? Does she smoke packs too? How does she?
Well, I guess she's a bit more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything. They're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
I see.
Making fun of her. What are you doing?
Yuri remains silent for a moment.
Oh, but Senpai, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her, you dummy. That's so embarrassing that you think that.
Wait! I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I'm more meant that it's kind of cute.
What are you saying? What are you saying all of a sudden?
I want you, baby.
Okay.
Okay, Monica comes in and steals it.
I think it's about time that we share today's poems with each other.
Uh-oh.
We might not have enough time.
A bunch of words.
We may not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that right, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this.
It's not. It's fine.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. What I think of you. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? That's you.
I'm nervous.
I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way.
In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's good reasoning.
God dang it, Texas! Texas comes in every time.
That's good reasoning there. Time to go hook some
I'm like, literally, it's like every time. It's like, anytime I say ing, it's gonna come out in, and that's it.
You've grown up in Texas too long?
I've lived in Texas my entire life.
In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters on your own time.
Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag.
Sounds like I'm making a cowboy.
Feel free to finish the book on your own time. Yeah! Yeah!
By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah?
What's a poem?
My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I have never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with?
I can't wait!
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their own bags. I do the same myself.
Mine's just a bunch of words.
Who should we show the poem to?
Yuri.
Yuri?
Yuri,
let's go, Joe.
we've connected with Yuri.
Okay. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair.
Question mark.
As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional.
Was it? I just found random words in the dictionary and just
started writing words down.
Question mark. Did I say something out loud? Did I say that out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face.
Ooh.
She's gonna hate me.
Oh, he's going to hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
Eh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of running experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really?
Oh God.
Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you, especially since it was
That
just
was
a bunch
my
of
first
random
poem.
words.
It was my first poem I've ever written.
I know. This is actually my first time, really,
Huh?
for writing poems, not for the other thing. Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again.
Dot, dot, dot.
Well, I know that. I just meant,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words of the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical with new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them.
No, you're just making crap up. Don't feel so nervous. You're adorable.
I think that the most notable thing I recognize is new writers that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the main topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, except for the stammering she just had, and she sounds like an expert, except for the stammering.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing, even a simple poem. Not just, God, not just finding.
You want to just turn her into a cowboy? Would that be
No, man. No. We started it. We have to go. We have to finish. I have a Dr. Pepper. Don't interrupt me. I'm reading.
There I go.
I'm reading with Yuri.
Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. I might take some time. It might take you some time, but it comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things.
Keep reading.
God dang, Yuri! And also hope that everyone else in the club gives you viable feedback. Oh my God, Margaret!
I gotta get back into the smoker character.
Natsuki and Natsuki can be a little bit biased though.
Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine.
It's fine.
Man, I keep reading S&S.
I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki, but Scott was lying because Yuri doesn't start with an S.
Shut up. I passed high school, okay? Leave me alone.
You mind if I read your poem?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamingly as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club?
Oh, God. Ghost Under the Light.
You gotta read it.
I'm not reading it in your voice. You're the one reading it because she gave it to you.
The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood
What are you
the test of
doing?
time.
Why are you reading it in that voice?
Because it's Yuri.
She gave it to you.
But Yuri
You're
wrote it.
reading it. You're reading it. Senpai, read it. Read it, Senpai. Read it.
The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe.
The future is coming.
Breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
I flicker back. What?
Flicker. Okay.
I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting.
What?
What?
I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
I'm slow.
Well, I just don't read very often. Oh, I mean, I read script. I don't read script very often. I read. I totally read.
I totally read, babe.
I actually thought your handwriting is pretty awful. Oh!
Like freaking a Home Improvement. I don't think anybody watching this would get that reference.
That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess flickering is a thing. Are you into ghost theory? Do you like bringing people back from the
Are
dead?
you into ghost theory? Because I could sure kill myself if you wanted.
Q. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Senpai.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over after all. But remember that poets often express their thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remnant place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. And soon, to be left with nothing.
Is that what flicker back means?
That's a flicker back. Flicker back, man.
I
Flicker back.
thought you just lit yourself on fire.
Look at the flicker that back.
That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too. So,
Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You're making her nervous.
you think so?
I want some of that hair. Tastes great. Yeah, of course.
You smell better when you're awake. I'm not sure if they can do that. You smell better when you're awake.
Why? It's still you.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Senpai.
Me too. Except for when I don't. Who should we go? Who should I show my poem to next? Let's go say Ori.
Yeah, let's go to St. Ray. No, you just want me to read.
This is a good poem, Senpai. Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course. It's not that good. I'm the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? Jeez.
I guess you're right,
Yeah. I like the animes.
but that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room, question mark. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Senpai. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Just on the outside. Trying new things like this for other people. That's something only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah. I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? Lots of fun. Well, well, that'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you.
Oh, dang it.
Alright, I'm gonna hold you.
Now
to
it was an
the end.
SNS. Now it was an SNS. I can blame it on that one now.
Yeah.
Yay! God, so much reading. Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Tee-hee-hee.
We'll see about that.
That's not crumpled at all.
Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. I want breakfast now. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No. Just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It just came out nice. Or how should I put it? It sounded just like you.
Really?
Yeah. Especially the last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late to school.
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
That was so much fun. Monica's the best.
Yeah.
Well,
Next time, I won't forget. Wait, that was you.
Next time, I'll forget.
and I'm gonna write a best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it. Alright, who should we go to?
We'll go to. We should go to Natsuki. We'll save the Natsuki.
Natsuki.
It's Natsuki.
Question mark?
Well, that's about what I expected from someone like you.
That's a little blunt.
Oh, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotion.
So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste.
Do you want to get smacked?
I'll pass.
Sigh. Anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it.
Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek. Cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it.
Love it.
No one else can do anything.
I love it.
Fish can't swim. Nope, they can't do it. That's
Nope,
not
they
on the
can't do
list.
it.
That's not on the list.
You can't do it.
Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am.
Why are you so convinced that
Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it?
Nice. Oh, so reading out a turn, huh? Reading out a turn.
Well,
Put a marker down in the corner of the screen saying how many times Josh and I have screwed up our reading. I'll have a lot more, but
everyone in high school thinks our reading has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't that the point of poems? For people to express themselves? Your writing style just wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like it. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you can do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about the simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. It's like I set it for a rhyme at the end, but it made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I have no idea what the fuck she's talking
I
about.
have no idea what she's doing.
I guess more went into it than I realized. Especially that last line. I think she just got lazy.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest here, did ya?
Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care about how old everyone is, because, laws don't take effect in manga or anything Japanese.
Oh God!
But if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I will take that away from her.
Rip my headphone out of my ear.
Oh, jeez. Who should I show my poem to next?
Back to Yuri.
Let's go to Monica. Hi, Senpai. Having a good time so far. Yeah? Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ah, ha, 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 ha.
I love how she wasn't even down there on the bottom whenever we were writing the poem.
I know.
It's like she's not even an option. She's out of our league.
Don't worry, Senpai. We're all a little embarrassed today, But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, I guess that's true. I hand Monica my...
This is terrible!
This is absolute crap. Terrible job, Senpai. I was going ooh in my head until I read it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low, because everyone sucks. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. Oh wait, I read all that in Monica's voice, but it was.
Look at you.
It's always keeps my expectations
Look at that.
low.
There's number 2.
That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes that kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or by letting them deeply analyze all the nuances.
The nuance. Your nuance.
You're a nuisance.
Oh! Ouch.
It could take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has had at this point. I'd never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learning by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up by trying something. Jesus Christ, I cannot speak. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. That's exactly what it is. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Oh jeez, that pepper's coming back down. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall.
Show me the hole in the wall!
Like that old show. It couldn't have been me. See the direct sparkle protrudes? A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peered inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in.
He's talking about you.
So, what did you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
Look at those sad eyes.
It's okay. You just destroyed my feelings. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure how I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I have some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? What's an epiphany? Yeah, something like that. That doesn't answer my question. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. I feel like I'm speaking as a president, like Obama. Say, my fellow Americans, I stand before you today to talk about my advice for today. Thanks for listening. The end. Phew. I guess that's everyone.
Oh yeah, there's only 4 other people in the club.
I glanced around the room. I was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. And if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper sharing their respective poems. As I read in tandem, I watch for their expressions to change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language?
What? Oh, eh? Oh, did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you just completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How could that be cute?
I know that. I just mean the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? They thanks, but I don't really come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Senpai did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all...
Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I'm come across something particularly inspiring, like Senpai.
Senpai.
Which I haven't yet.
Except for Senpai.
Except for Senpai. And Senpai liked my poem too, you know.
God, no! Don't stick us in the... There's two of us in this guy, okay?
Whoa.
Oh, well.
He even told me that he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh, I didn't realize you're so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what I... You're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Senpai appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours.
Huh? And how do you know you didn't appreciate my advice more?
God!
Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately get out of my way to make everything I do more cutesy.
Is everyone okay?
Well, you know what? I was the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Senpai started showing up.
Natsuki.
Natsuki, that's a little...
This doesn't involve you!
Jesus! I don't like fighting, guys!
Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there.
Senpai. She's trying to make me look bad.
Is that true? She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this would have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your own poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Senpai.
Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings, meaning to the most effectively.
Honestly, I'm with Yuri. Not even just because, you know, but like, what the heck? Dogs can jump?
Just keep reading.
Avoiding them is not unnecessarily limiting yourself, also a waste. You understand that, right, Senpai?
Well,
How do I get dragged to this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course it's going to be, help me, Sayori! Alright, we're gonna choose the next episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll continue doing this until we finish the game. So thank you. See you in the next episode.
Woo!
Bye.
You smell better when you're awake.